Peace and blessings to all the beloved chosen ones, all of you that responded to the call of God in your life. To all my subscribers, welcome back. If you're new, this is for you too, because this message will impact you regardless of if it's one person or 1 million people listening. Now, what I want to talk about today is pride, you know? Pride, because pride is something that blinds us. It blinds us first and then it kills us. And so it is very dangerous to get caught up in the pride deception. If you really think about it, pride was actually the first sin that was committed. Pride that led to rebellion. Remember Lucifer, he was in heaven, very beautiful, you know, played his music, and he was in a high charge on a high command, but he got prideful, he got puffed up, and he wanted to be like God. He basically tried to say, well, I'm gonna sit on the throne like God, you know what I mean? Try to equal up to God. And there, God has no equal. There's only one. He stands alone. So please understand this. Excuse me. And so there's a lot that the Bible talks about when it comes to pride. And it's always in a negative manner, of course, because pride is exactly what it is. It's pride. And I'm talking about, I mean, yeah, you could have I guess, a good type of pride where you're like proud of having children, you know, proud of accomplishments and things like that. But not to the point where those accomplishments or those children become like an idol to you, you know, to the point where you're pushing God aside now, or you think you're God or higher than God now because of who you are, of what your position is, of who you know, of how much money you have in your bank account, you know, etc. So I only want to focus on one verse. Of course, the Bible is filled with verses about pride and how it leads to destruction and just how bad it is for anyone in general. But I just want to read one here. And of course, I want you to read the whole chapter on your own time. But just for the sake of time in this message, I just want to read one. It's in Isaiah 13. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 11 says this. It says, "And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible." So you see, whenever you get puffed up, whenever you get so prideful, then you are walking in dangerous territory. Yeah, you're walking on eggshells then, because get ready for the Lord to cause this arrogancy of the proud to cease, as that's one of the things that our Lord hates, is pride and arrogancy and haughtiness, right? It says, and will lay low, or will bring down the haughtiness of the terrible. So please understand this. We always got to be on guard when it comes to our walk with Christ, because God will use you and can use you in a powerful way, so long as you're humble. But you see, what happens is, as soon as you start to think it's you that caused the miracle, whenever you prayed for someone that led to a healing, whenever God just uses you and however He would like to use you, please never forget that it's God who did it through you. Because when you come to the point where you think it's you who did it, you start letting pride into your heart. God will never share His glory with any other false lowercase g God. And as we already read here, He will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and He will lay low or bring down the haughtiness of the terrible. That's in the King James Version. So please be on guard for pride. Thank you so much for listening. I thank you such, and I love you much.